boom, 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 boom. Don't that sound like a movie? Oh, hey, Instagram, it's me, T, from the Pattersons, taking the train to Tibet. It's a Grand Rising report because a Grand Rising is on the way, right? Grand Rising is a time, think of it like dawn to like 10 minutes before sunrise. That's Grand Rising, okay? Well, I'm sorry, that's Blue Light. I'm all mixed up. By the way, hey, shout out to Blue Light Brigade. Oh, we got to talk this morning. Blue Light. Look, lately I have to talk to Blue Light Brigade. I know that you all are there. You know, other people are there. They want to listen in, but you're in the gallery, as we say. You know, I'm talking to the troops. I'm talking to the troops, right? Which is difficult because here's the thing. I don't really like to be in charge. I like to be in like second in command. You know, like somebody gives an order, and I say, hey, you got to do this. Why? Because that guy said it. That kind of thing. You know, don't take responsibility. That kind of thing. Because what happens if I give the order? Then it's like, you better do it. Why? Because probably I spent a whole heaps of time figuring this thing out. So if I put a plan in place, it's a plan. And you can question the plan. But at some particular points, we got to stop the question. We got to do the plan. So you can question all you want, but we got to move. We're going to move. And no, I want to tell you about that part. That's something else. That's some other time. Okay. But here's the thing. A couple of things. You know, I sift through the internet headlines, stuff like that. Fauci in big trouble. Anthony Fauci, he in big trouble. We know he's a killer anyway, but he in big trouble. There's some stuff that just came out. He in big trouble. What else is happening? Forget that, man. You know, I'm more interested in reparations than what's happening in Africa. I just passed through the headlines. I didn't even look at the piece. In fact, maybe I downloaded the piece to look at later, something like that. It seems it's only a rumor because I'm saying it's a rumor. It's the headlines. It's only a rumor because I haven't verified it. If I haven't verified it, it's a rumor, okay? But it seems like, you know, that ECOWAS people that was put in place by the colonizer, you know, and then they had to run interference to this and that. Seems like they have said, okay, we get it. The people get the people. The young people have spoken. We joining the Sahel. That's what I hear. That's what's in the air. I guess I can say it like that. So this is going to be a big thing. Come Wednesday, I can talk about that. But this is a Grand Rising report. Oh, I want to do something. But before I do that, there's a thing I read. I was on the internet. I was. This is, I should take down the brother's name, but the people that they sort of take clips of other things, they put together a report. What do they do? Well, this guy he had these are people. Well, Cat Williams had said something, you know, about how, you know, basically white people keep on paying attention to black people, and then they want to lead black people astray. You know, it's this whole thing like that. And then Mark Lamont Hill, he had said something about, you know, on the same topic. They put it together, right? And on that same topic, I wrote something in my book. See, it's short right there. I wrote something in my book. Actually, I write. What happened is Many Feathers. Hey, shout out to Many Feathers. She sent something, right? And so it said something. Whatever. No, maybe that was the thing. Yeah, maybe she sent it, right? So it's internet, you know, people this, people that, which is what we're going to talk about in a second, Blue Light Brigade. So I wrote, here's what I wrote, that those two things sparked something in me. So here's what I wrote. The Rockefellers and their ilk had Big Mama wet nurses. You know what a wet nurse is, right? I'm not going to explain it to you. And I'll tell you what it is. Wet nurse is like the delicate, you know, femme fatale or wife or whatever have you. They realize that the milk from a black woman, you know, is more effective, more whatever, than a milk from a white woman. So they'd be wet nurses. In other words, the black woman would nurse the young white child, you know, put it to her breast, the wet nurse, right? I guess they had to stay pregnant all the time. I don't know how that worked. I don't want to even look into that. That's women's stuff. You all been looking into that, right? The Rockefellers and their ilk had Big Mama, wet nurses. Okay, next thing. Our grown, I put my famous, not my famous, it's a Spanish thing. I put grown, there's a upside down, I don't know if you can see it, there's an upside down question mark. See, what they do in Latin, Spanish language, if you have a sentence, right? Before the sentence starts, they have a question mark, so you know it's a question. Then at the end of the sentence, they have an upside down question mark at the end, so they have a writing question mark. They do the same thing for explanation points, and I really like that. That makes sense to me, right? So I put down. So I use it a lot in my writing now. But our grown, I put that grown as a question mark. Misleaders lick the genitalia of our current oppressors, me colonizers. Shame, shame, crying, effing shame. I said effing, but here I use that icon when I wrote the thing. I used that icon with the red face with the censored thing like that. Here I just wrote out effing. When I said effing, I said the other word. Now here's what I'm saying. If you're gonna do something, then do it right? Not do it right, but you can change it, make your own style. So I say our grown misleaders lick the genitalia of our current oppressors. Now here's the thing. I could have said lick the phallus. I could have said lick the testicles. I could have said sucked on the labia, something like that. But I purposely said genitalia because that encompasses both things. So our misleaders, we have both male and female. I know some of they, he, house, whatever, he, how, who, hot, they, whatever. It's still, they still talk about genitalia. So everything's centered around the genitalia. So I use the word genitalia, and that covers all of the genders that people are trying to throw at people, right? So I sort of like that comment. I've been doing the comment. I love writing comments now. I mean, I just like it, comment like that. I don't do it a lot, but I do comment. I really think about it, and I try to make, it's intense. I do my best back then. But here's the thing I want to talk about. One of the things. No, I'll save this last. This is also, it's not that long. It's right there. Right there. I'll save that to last. Okay. Blue Light Brigade, we got an assignment. Here's the thing. Here's what I've been thinking. Here's the thing. The way the internet is, where we have it used to be like in the old days when you had a lot of different newspapers. You had a lot of reporters, right? So everybody had a beat because nobody you want to double up. I mean, the newspaper had the editor, and they said, okay, I got that story ready, but this guy has a better one. So you want to put people out on their beats, and so they have their specialty like that. That's the way communications or newspapers used to go. I'm doing newspapers especially instead of radio and stuff like that. Okay, and TV is different. So that's back in the day. You pick up your newspaper, and then there was a whole lot of local stuff like that. Now, see, things are in cycles. They come back around. So the internet, basically, it's like bygone days. It's like you might as well living in the 1800s. 1800s. I said 1800s, or the early 20th century, like 1900s, right? Because there's a lot of different sources, right? Only thing is, a lot more people are literate. You see. So what happens is if you can always find the person that you agree with, and just follow them, and then you get the echo chamber, and you reinforce your agreements, with that thing. Or you could just look at, there's a lot of different sources happening, right? So what's nice about the internet these days is what happens is you can have a bunch of different sources and then look at things from different angles. Just like, look, when I was in the Black Horse movement, back in the, Black Power movement, Black Power. Back then, we're talking about the late 60s, well, late 60s, like 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, into the early 70s. What we would do is we would be reading all kinds of things. I always use the same example. Like, you have Ramparts magazine, which is like a rap. Ramparts magazine is the one that put that picture of Che, that famous picture of Che with the red star like that, up there like that. But Ramparts magazine is the one that's how that photo got famous. That photo was taken by this Cuban guy. He never got any credit until much later they found him. I think they got some money. But anyway, that thing went all over the world, and then some French people made T-shirts out of it. You know how the colonizer is. They got to make. I'm sorry, the capitalists, so they got to make money. Anyway, the point is, So that became a popular picture. So now when I wear my little thing, everybody thinks it's for communism. It's Cuba. Only that it was made popular by an artist, photographer, if you will, who took a picture and then it got distributed, through a magazine, and it got picked up as an art piece. See what I mean? So that's how these things happen. See, anyway. So here's what I was gonna say. So Blue Light Brigade, we got you gotta pick your. No, you don't have to. Oh, sorry. Let me go back. As you know, you can't tell anybody over 9 years old what to do. I'm just suggesting. Blue Light Brigade. Pick. What do they say? Lane. Pick a lane. Don't explore that lane. If you get bored with that lane, you could always jump to another lane. But you gotta put some work in there. You know what I mean? You can't just flick here, flick there, be like a firefly, like a, just jumping a gadfly, it's called gadfly. They keep on just jumping from thing to thing and not being thorough. You want to be thorough like that, right? Okay. So I just want to tell you all that. I got to talk to Blue Light Brigade. I got to give them instructions. Why I got to give them instructions? Because I'm the progenitor of Blue Light Brigade, which is different. See, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not the leader of Blue Light Brigade. I'm the progenitor. I started it, then I have abandonment issues. I started it, and then it goes the way it goes. That's what I do a lot. I start things, I see where it can go, and if it's going well, I let it go. I let it go. I don't hold on to it. I don't stifling it or whatever, holding it back. Let it go. Let it develop on its own, because I trust that, as a progenitor, if I put things in place, then it can only go but so many different ways. It can't go off the rails, really. No, maybe it can. Okay, so that's that. Now, I'm going to end this now. As a couple of things. What we was talking about, I had mentioned back in the 60s, we had the red, the black, and the green, right? And everybody think it's the liberation. They attribute it to Marcus Garvey. But somehow they attribute it to Marcus Garvey. The red, the flag, had the red, the black, and the green. And it actually was, as I grew up with it in the mid 60s, right? We said the red is for the blood, the black is for the race, and the green is for the vegetation of the land. Red, black, and green. That's what it is. That was black people. That was the thing. And it came, again, Marcus Garvey may have did it, but it came out of basically American Africans. The enslaved that became the Negroes, the African Negroes became enslaved. And we put the antebellum and the Holy Hughes and the lynchings and all of that lineage. That came from that lineage. It didn't come from, somebody that landed here in 1970 or 1980 and then, from wherever they came from, then they say, I'm black. No. We're talking about the blackly black people, not the black people, but the blackly black people. That's what we're talking about. Anyway, one of the blackly black people out of Texas was Roy Ayers. Ta-da! Roy Ayers passed up, peace and blessings on his eternal soul. He passed a little while ago. And he had this song, Red, Black, and Green. He's a jazz musician. Discovered Sandra St. Victor. Remember I mentioned, there's a whole scene in New York in the 90s called, I guess we call it Black Rock, whatever it is, like that. In fact, did I ever tell you this? They had the Black Rock Coalition, right? And when it first started, because it was I had a position there. I think I was treasurer, secretary, something like that. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. Anyway, Sandra St. Victor came out of that movie. She was part of that era, that thing, with the Family Stand, great band. Michelle Delancello with the Black Rock Orchestra. She came out of there. A lot of people came out of there. Dean Bowman came out of there. I'm talking about the era. I don't mean that era like that. Lot of people. Bruce Mack, PBR Street Gang. He was a PBR Street Gang. They were in the first official rap opera. We had a rap opera. I did a rap opera down New Week Post Cafe, and they were the band for it. Look up Bruce Mack. PBR. I don't even. A lot of the stuff I do. I tell people they don't put it in their resume because the stuff was the very beginning. It was like whatever. So people don't really. You can look up somebody's resume and they won't have the stuff like that. I don't know why they don't have it, but they just don't have it. I don't know But I don't want no credit. I just want them to keep on doing what they do. Okay, back to the point. So Roy Ayers had this song, Red, Black, and Green. And so I want to, I'm not going to do the whole song, but I'm just going to do the salient parts. Are we? Did the sun rise already? Oh, hey, oh, there it is. Okay, everybody. Sunrise, grand rising. Everybody take a breath. Feels good, doesn't it? Now you're officially in the new day. It's a Tuesday. You know what I'm trying to do too? I'm going to try to tune into WBAI because Mike Sargent comes on and then he's followed by Reggie, from the soundboard. And I think I can get him, I can get a lot of that before I go to my, my healing, like that. So I'm going to try to tune in. I'll see what happens. I'm sorry, let me get to the things so I can let y'all go. Red, oh man, it's my writing. If I don't have my glasses on, there's little problems here. Red, black, and green. If you think about it, you know what I mean. Red is for the eastern side. Red is for the blood we share. Red is for our thousands dead. Red is for our liberty. We fight for our own nation, yeah. Black is for the motherland. Black is for the proud black man. Black is for the beautiful face of a proud and beautiful place. Black is for the soil we need, so a nation we can seed. So a nation we can feed. Sorry about that. I'll go to that again. Black is for the beautiful face of a proud and beautiful place. Black is for the soil we need, so a nation we can feed. Green is for the seed of freedom planted in our minds. Green is for that seed to grow free from all the fires. Green is for the earth we feed. Oh no, that's not. Green is for the earth we feel. Let's do it again because I messed up. Okay, some people think I did it on purpose so I can do it again, but I just like the poem. This is from Roy Ayers. Peace and blessings on his eternal soul. Musician extraordinaire. We've got a lot of people started in there. Really good brain. It's a poem he wrote. It's a song he wrote. It's called Red, Black, and Green. You can get it. Check it out on the internet. Or check it out. Red, black, and green. If you think about it, you know what I mean. Red is for the eastern side. Red is for the blood we share. Red is for our thousands dead. Red is for our liberty. We fight for our own nation, yeah. Black is for the motherland. Black is for the proud black man. Black is for the beautiful face of a proud and beautiful place. Black is for the soil we need, so a nation we can feed. Green is for the seed of freedom planted in our minds. Green is for that seed to grow free from all the fires. Green is for the earth to feel. I like that. So that's the story of the red, black, and green flag that you see like that. There's another David Hammonds. I think in the 80s, in the 80s there was a biennial. In the art world they have these every 2 years they might have some big thing. I think he did a biennial, whatever they call it. Say biennial thing. Biennial, and he had a flag. He created a flag. It had black stripes, green stripes. Yeah, I think so. And the stars were. I think the stars are black on it. I got the flag. I don't have it right now, but I carry the flag. But it looks like an American flag. And I think the colors, the two colors on the stripes were, I think, black and green, and then red and green, and then on the thing where the stars are, I think it was I don't know what it was. I think it was red with black stars. Anyway, it's a cool flag. I have the big one. I carry it all the time. Well, let me tell you a tiny story. I'll let you know about that. When I had my little incident with the sea, and I was recovering. I was in a neck brace for a year, but I was recovering at McKenzie's place in Silver Spring, Maryland, right? So there was a big, because near DC, they always have marches like that. So her, and she has a daughter, McKenzie had a daughter, or has a daughter, Indigo. So Indigo is about, I don't know, 7 years old, something like that, 7, 8 years old, 7, 8, something like that. And the Kinsey, of course, she's a grown woman, right? She's in 30. So anyway, because I was in a neck brace and I was late, and I had to lay on the thing and put my feet up on the couch like that. So they had went out to this protest, and I was there just chilling, whatever it is, and I was chilling. Then they came back from the protest. So first, Indigo comes through the door, and she's got the little red, black, and green flag, right? So she comes in and says, "Oh, hey, no. And then the kitchen comes to the door, and she's got the big thing wrapped around her. And it was so. Let's remember that the image. I gotta put it in. You gotta put it in the movie, man. The little girl comes with the little flag, and the mother comes with the big flag. It was great. Well, everything is great. It's good to be black, even though we studied all the time. But we're looking for our liberation. No, we're looking for reparations, which will give us our liberation in spades. Put that in their purpose. Talk to y'all later.